Hello and welcome to the news at this hour on SBC. In the news today, the ex-director of the Seychelles Tourism Academy, Flavian, says after 42 years of service, is now planning to open a private school in the country amongst other endeavors. He said that after a visit State House, where the president thanked him for his service. Amongst the various issues he discussed with the president this morning was the future job prospects for the 82 students of the Shannon University and also new training for the students of the Seychelles Tourism Academy so that they can adapt to the new normal in the tourism industry. Mr. Joubert says even if his days as the director of STA is over, he will not be too far away.
We also talked a little bit about the new way of doing things for the students, the training. This is post-COVID, and how the government can ask the professionals, hotels, the chains, to help STA to practice all these new norms which are required by the hotel and tourism industry. I've got 3 projects. One, actually, I'm on the Indian Ocean Tourism Organization Board, which is based in Oman. My job is to help with the training of the youth in hotel and tourism. Then I've got a project with a foreign investor who wants to build a private school in the Seychelles with kindergarten, primary and secondary school. And I've also got a contract for me to write another 3 books, which I'm working on at the moment. So basically, I'm very, very busy.
The Seychelles Bankers Association has agreed to waive transfer fees for donations by individuals and businesses from foreign currency accounts held with local banks to the COVID-19 Relief Fund. In a press release, the Central Bank of Seychelles says this follows their request to the banking community for a show of solidarity towards national efforts in the fight against the pandemic and to lessen the impact on the community. The National Assembly has continued to examine budget allocations today, and since this morning, discussions have focused on allocations for entities that falls under the Ministry of International Affairs. They include, for the first time, a separate budget for the ministry's secretariat. The budget makes provision for the running of the secretariat in addition to 3 regional programs on maritime safety and security. Following its approval, the National Assembly proceeded to examine budgets for the different departments that falls under internal affairs. They include the Department of Immigration and Civil Status, which has been allocated a budget of over 64 million rupees. This heading provoked intense debates, discussions and questions. In particular, the question of granting work permits for foreigners or GOP holders came up regularly throughout the session. Also in the news today, a local shark expert, John Neville, says the sharks caught on Praslin last week were not bull sharks, but instead tawny nurse sharks, which are harmless to human. He said it is their breeding season and therefore normal to spot them inshore during this period.
The sharks that were caught and killed last week on Praslin were apparently a point of concern and caused fear to some people in the area, probably due to the shark attack incident last year close to where the 3 sharks were caught. The sharks were thought to be bull sharks. A local shark expert, John Neville, says that these sharks were not actually bull sharks but are tawny nurse sharks, which are harmless to human.
They were tawny nurse sharks. It's Nebrius ferrugineus. In Creole you call it l'endormi. L'endormi is completely harmless. In fact, it doesn't have teeth in the conventional sense. Its teeth are flattened into ridges around its mouth. And they feed on small animals in the reef. They've got a very powerful jaw area and they can suck the water out and they pull the prey out with it. Completely harmless to humans and docile, actually. You can swim around them, they're totally harmless. Well, in terms of the tawny nurse shark that we caught, they are breeding now. We know that they gather off Praslin to mate at this time of year, every year. So you may see aggregations of them, and that gives the impression that there's a lot. But of course what it is it's all the adults from all over the Mahe Plateau coming into one location for breeding purposes.
Mr. Neville added that bull sharks are considered dangerous to humans, but there are certain misconceptions.
We have a couple of species of shark that still occur in our waters here that are potentially dangerous. But as long as you're sensible, the risks are very small. People are always talking about bull shark, and these nurse shark were mistaken for bull shark apparently. Now bull shark, yes, they are potentially dangerous. We do know that the second gentleman that was killed in 2011 was killed by a bull shark because a fragment of the tooth was found in his wounds. And it's likely that the lady that was attacked last year, it was a bull shark. But bull sharks typically come in the evening if they come in, and particularly around fresh water sources. They like brackish water. And bull sharks aggregate around the Granitic Islands November, December to pup. They come in and drop their pups, and then they mate and they go back out again. They disperse across the plateau. Risks are really very low. When you compare to other causes of mortality in Seychelles, it's negligible.
That's it for this news summary. Thank you for watching.